Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I feel like it's weird that we're like both wearing green ties now.
Different color. Yours is like lime.
I decided to go all Magic Mike on you guys without the shirt. Insert Magic Mike audio or music. Okay. Moving on. Coach Matt Bear, Blitz the best boy. Sorry, buddy, I messed up your name. And me, Becca, in a tie. Okay. This is our Ask Me Anything. We put that little box out on the IG world that said, Ask Me Anything. And now we're here to answer all of your great questions. First of all, thank you guys for asking the questions that I've just recently browsed through, and there's some good ones and some not good ones. That makes for good content. I think so. So I have to pick one first to just ease us into these, I feel like. First of all, do you have any questions on the rules of this?
How long can my answers be?
Slightly shortened from normal Coach Matt Bear answers. Okay, I'm super excited. For the first question, which is, what is your... Oh, this is a rule. I must say this before.
I must declare.
I gotta say this before we start. Blitz, don't pull down the mic. The questions will be read exactly as they're typed out with typos and grammar errors. So whatever you guys typed out on here is what gets read out loud. That is the rule. Here we go. Favorite cheat food? Question mark.
That's for you. Go.
I felt like I was interviewing you. Okay, favorite cheat food. Mine is easy, mac and cheese. Mac and cheese all day. Baked mac and cheese, homemade mac and cheese, whatever you can put in mac and cheese that is delicious will be there, just not Kraft mac and cheese. That's just lazy. Don't eat Kraft mac and cheese. Make good mac and cheese. That's mine.
I mean, it's so hard to say because I like so many things, but I'd have to go with Mexican, some sort of Mexican food. Tex-Mex.
We went up to the games and he refused to eat Mexican food because you're like, we're too far north.
I'm not going to eat Mexican food in Wisconsin.
I told someone that, and I think the dude was probably from up north because he looked slightly offended. And he was like, no, there's good Mexican around here. You got to go try it. So...
I've lived out of Texas a few times, and
what's the first Mexican food that comes to your brain that you would want to eat at this moment? You have to be more specific.
Sour cream enchiladas.
I thought you were just going to say sour cream.
Sour cream chicken enchiladas.
Enchiladas! Okay, good start. Moving on. Tips for switching from traditional strength training to CrossFit.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of the person that believes like CrossFit can really be anything. So you already have like a little bit of like introduction to CrossFit. Now where are we going? From strength to CrossFit? Hey. Yeah. Now you just have to start slowly adding intensity into what you've been doing. More reps. Actually, if you're in traditional strength training, you're probably going to have to lighten the weight, which a lot of people don't like to do. Do more reps, a little bit faster, higher intensity. Always perfect your movement before you do that. But go, coach.
Biggest thing is, one, allow, especially like all the dynamic stuff we do on the bar, you're probably strong enough, you've probably done kipping pull-ups, you can probably you've probably done strict pull-ups and some of those things, but your joints, your soft tissue aren't ready for probably some of the high explosive dynamic things we do on the pull-up bar. So I would say give yourself time on building that and the mobility to do some of those movements, because you can probably, since you are stronger from doing strength training, are able to create some momentum and force, which can be good, but only if we're in control there. And then the other thing too is if you've done a lot of strength training, like particularly more like bodybuilding or squats and deadlifts, but not the clean and the snatch, is really take your time and just 100% focus on your mobility how you're moving on those things.
The next question's for you, buddy. How old is Blitz?
Blitz is 3.5.
And now he's showing you his butt. He's getting angry. Would you rather never snatch again or never clean and jerk?
Oh, that's easy. My favorite lift of all time is, favorite barbell movement of all time is the snatch. So I could give up clean and jerking, I guess, if I had to, so I could snatch the rest of my life.
That's hard. Actually, no, it's not that hard for me. I thought through this one. I saw this one before. I thought through this one because I do love the Olympic lift. I really do love the Olympic lift. And I do love the skill and how the complexity of a snatch. And I think I like to snatch more, but being that weightlifting is awesome because you get to lift all the weights, I kind of feel like a badass when I throw a heavy clean and jerk up or hit that heavy jerk overhead. So I'm gonna be the opposite and give up snatching, even though I like it. Blitz does not want to be a part of this right now, so sorry. Okay. Full disclosure on this one, we've had time to prep on this question. You know this question. It's very serious. Which would you rather fight? 1 horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? Me first? Okay. I have come to the answer that I would choose to fight the 1 horse-sized duck because I will find its weak spot and I will destroy the 1 horse-sized duck. It's got to be in like its leg. Just chop its leg off.
First of all, that is the wrong answer.
There's no.
There is a right and wrong in this one, and that is the wrong answer.
No, it's not.
Yes.
No, it's not.
You have to take on the 100
or get a bow and arrow and I'll shoot
duck-sized
it in the
horses.
eye. What?
You have to take on the 100 duck-sized horses.
Please explain.
Because, I mean, yeah, they can kick you and stuff, but...
There's 100 of them.
Yeah, but like in a one swift kick, you could like probably kill 5 of them.
There's 100.
They're the size of a duck.
Ducks are big. Ducks are kind of big.
Ducks aren't that big.
Ducks are big.
Okay, think about like a mean goose, and imagine that being the size of a horse.
Imagine 100. Well, imagine 100 of like ducks are like 3/4 of Blitz.
It depends on like the weight of a duck. A duck doesn't weigh a lot because birds don't weigh a lot because they're mostly feathers. They have to be light. Their bones are hollow. So if they're the same weight as the duck, then they're definitely.
But they're not a duck. They're horses.
I know, but if they're the same
so they're
weight.
dense. Like you're gonna break your foot trying to kick one of those.
No. And.
Okay. No. There's nothing about weight in this question.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to rethink
ducks
this.
and all birds used to be dinosaurs. So that's in its DNA. And as soon as it gets back to being dinosaur size, that duck is gonna go ham. You have no chance. It does
Think
not have
about
it does not have like
it's
a
basically a little
spot.
bit smaller Blitz, 100 of them. That's like gonna take up this whole gym.
Blitz is the size of like 5 ducks at least.
No, ducks are big.
No, they're not
Look
big.
up, we're gonna go to the park and we're gonna go catch a duck for you. Okay? But ducks are light. Horses are not. They're gonna come and attack you and like do this to you, and it's not gonna be good. It's in. I have to do one perfect shot with my bow and arrow in the duck's eye. What do you have to do? You're gonna be over
What do you
here.
mean you have a bow and arrow?
I just decided that I'm gonna take it out with a bow and arrow.
Okay, I'll have a machine gun and murder all the horses. Just add stuff to this.
Okay, maybe I want a machine gun now, and I only have to go bam, and the duck is down, and you're over here like lawn mowing.
Horses, no, and plus another reason to not fight the duck and fight the horses is horses have been domesticated. So after I kick a few of the horses, I could probably get them to like be my little horse army and turn them onto my side. Versus a duck is never going to be, they're
You just said you'd
They're birds.
befriend the horses by kicking their friends.
No, there's a possibility I wouldn't befriend them.
Okay.
But they would see who's boss.
Agree to disagree. Maybe I'll befriend the giant duck, okay? If that's the route we're taking.
You can't befriend a duck, especially once he's realized he's a
If I
dinosaur
give it
again.
crackers.
Once he realizes he's a dinosaur again.
If I give it Ritz crackers.
Bread, white bread.
Bread. I'll just throw loaves of bread at it.
Just lead it down like loaves of bread until you get it to a cliff and it just falls off. But then it's a duck and it can fly. It still doesn't work.
Okay. Agree to disagree on that one. When will you come to Germany and give some tips on training?
9.
What does that mean?
That means no, but no. I don't really mean no.
I was thinking.
That's the one German word I know. And schnitzel. Is that it?
Wiener Schnitzel?
Schnitzel.
Stop offending our German fans out there, okay? Yes, I was thinking tomorrow. Okay. What kind of athlete coach favorite? Smiley face. I think you mean or meant to ask what kind of athlete is our favorite to coach. That's what I'm going to translate it into. Any athlete that puts in the darn work. And I just said darn like my mom, okay? But puts in the work. I don't care if you've never done an air squat before. I don't care if you've never done a burpee. I don't care if this is your first time walking through the doors. I don't care if you've done athletics for your whole entire life. As long as you come in here and agree to put in the work and put in the effort, you and I are going to be best friends. But if you're on the opposite side and you're on the lazy side, then we're not going to be friends. But I'm going to teach you how to put in that work too.
Same.
Same. Do you think you're stronger or funnier? Stronger. You guys just think I'm funny. Gerard is shaking his head behind the camera. Does that mean I'm not strong?
You're the one that always says you're not strong. So then you really must not be funny. Or you just burned yourself.
I make 0 sense, okay, in training. Plain and simple. Like there is some days that I just complain that I'm fat, and then the next day I'll complain that I'm too small. So I thought I was stronger. Maybe I'm not though.
You're strong and funny.
Aww, 2 thumbs up. Okay. When shit gets hard in a WOD, what is going through your head? It's a serious question. I like it because it's so important, because if you've ever talked to me, I swear I only speak CrossFit at this point. And sometimes I laugh at myself for that, but it's so important. The reason for me, and I know there's lots of other people out there that can take what they love and are truly passionate about and apply it to everything in life. And then CrossFit is, everything we do in here is to make what we do outside of the gym better, right? So even something like strengthening your mindset in here through workouts is so important for what you take out there. So this is a really good and kind of deep question. Like, I personally tell myself it's a little bit on the comical side, but it's literally what I tell myself is, I signed up for this. When shit gets hard in a workout and I'm like, why am I here? And I'm like, oh yeah, I signed up for this. And why did I sign up for this? To go through this sticky part of the workout.
Hey, stop.
That's literally, watch, she doesn't pull that down. I signed up to get put through this hardship because in the end, I know it'll make me better. So you just gotta own that. Realize it's gonna be over eventually. Even in a workout, you gotta keep trucking through those reps or through the time of the workout, and you signed up to get put in this spot, and you have the option and the opportunity to get better from it. That's what I think. I signed up for this.
Yes. I think first, to be honest, or to completely transparent and honest, is that my tendency when get to that hard place in a workout is my inner critic comes out, and it's very negative. I suck at burpees. Why am I not doing better? Just something negative is coming up. This is hard, blah, blah, blah. We talk about this with our athletes a lot, is having a plan and knowing that moment's going to come up, and what are you going to tell yourself to help you get through that. And just like practicing air squats makes you a better squatter, doing reps of getting into a workout, finding yourself that critic or that negative headspace come in, and you recognize it and then fight against it with your own thoughts, or you take control of your mind, is a rep. You get a rep doing that, and the more often you do that, the better you get at it. And I think that's something that people don't realize, is like, even at the highest end, like CrossFit Games athletes, they have those mental battles. They're really good at pushing through some of those things because they've done it so much, but they still have those mental battles just the same way that you do, just because you imagine the stress of being on the biggest stage in front of everyone, ready to perform. It's easy, or it's not easy, but it's challenging to control your mind. And so like everyone is dealing with that some way. You might be going from one mental toughness to level 2. Somebody else might be going from 80 to 81. But the struggle to continue to sharpen your mind and your mental strength is the same that we all feel. So my encouragement to folks is relish that moment. And when it happens, it's kind of like Becca was saying, that's the whole reason you're here. That moment where you get that's kind of like the crucible of the workout. When you get to that point and you're in the shit, and your mind's starting to play those tricks, how do you redirect it? Realizing, hey, this is where I get all the benefits, the physical benefits, the mental benefits, all of those things is in that moment. And so if you can learn to just kind of accept it, then you'll perform much better. And especially if you're redirecting your mind in a positive way, your performance will show, just because we've all been there.
So what he's saying is that it's one giant duck that you have to conquer. Actually,
last week, I had to coach her on this in that EMOM. Last week.
I called myself fat. I was like, ugh, I'm so fat. And he goes, change your mindset, on round 4 of 5, just like that. It was too calm. It was change your mindset. Okay. And I did, because you have to do that, and I listened, but not gonna lie, it was a little bit like a moment where I was like, ooh, change your mindset. Thank you for making me better. I did. We survived the EMOM. I posted that EMOM, and some people got after it. It's a hard one.
It was very hard.
That's so important. And this is another thing, just because there's always, like you said, there's always a sticky spot in the workout. And for most people, it's past halfway, but right before you can see the finish line. That's how I visualize it. Because once you see the finish line, if it's the last round, it's rounds 4 of 5, you can start seeing the finish line and you start feeling a little bit better. But it's usually right past halfway, right before you can see the finish line, you start getting into that, oh my gosh, this is hurting really bad moment. But realize all that pain is coming from you talking. A lot of it is just what you're telling yourself. And you've already been through so much work through more than half of the workout. And sometimes that's what I got to tell myself. It's we went through half of this. We definitely get into that finish line. It's possible. We already made it past halfway. We just got to keep trudging through those sticky spots. And then once you can see that finish line, you're bam, I'm going right towards that. So.
The last thing I'll say on that too is just realize that when you're in those workouts or when you start to get in uncomfortable situations, that your mind is lying to you. It's not telling you the truth. When you start to get uncomfortable, we're creatures of comfort, your brain starts being whoa, freak out. It's so easy to get on that spiral of thinking. probably way more fit than you think. You have to just realize your mind is lying to you, and once you push past that, it's really easy. I mean, we've all been there. You do your first lift or something, it feels so heavy, then your body kind of wakes up, or your body's like, okay, well, I got to do this, and it gets easier as you go. Same thing, kind of warming up. Like, kind of when you start running, the first few minutes suck, and then you can kind of get in that rhythm and that runner's high type thing. So just realize, if that starts happening,
there's no such thing as a runner's high. Runners be crazy. I'm sorry.
Tell your brain to shut up.
Slay that giant duck. See, now it's a giant duck. Are you and Coach Matt a couple? Next year CrossFit goals, question mark. By the way, best athlete IG account ever. So sweet of you. Next year CrossFit goals, get back to the games, and I do want to place better, obviously, but get back to the games and show all the improvements that we've already started preparing for and already trekking towards. Getting stronger, showing. I surprised myself a lot this year. I already knew I was like top tier in obviously gymnastics and body weight stuff. All the gymnastics is kind of my jam because of my background, but being a smaller athlete, I always want to own that. But where I want to see some big improvements and where I want to show those big improvements is in my strength. So we're getting back to the games and we're going to be a whole heck of a lot stronger. You got a question? Okay, Gerard's got a question. This is big.
So, what's the one thing that shocked you most about the games?
What's the one thing that shocked us the most at the games? Do you want me to start?
Yeah, you start.
Bro, the fact that I could hang. Well, there were some workouts that were traditional CrossFit and had some strength of mine in there, but even when you go up there, it's kind of like there's so much in between time between semifinals and then the games that you start questioning, like, hey, am I actually able to be up here with the strongest, the best in the world? And it's intimidating when you go up there for your rookie year, but being that we had a second place finish at the games, and my favorite event was up and over, and I think with everything that was going on, I was really proud of that effort and finishing in the middle of the pack on that one. Man, I was like, we can do this. That's been the theme of the year, is like almost proving myself, showing myself that I could do it. So I was surprised, and it lit the fire even more. Keep training hard.
Yeah, I mean, the games was cool this year. There were so many new things, new elements. I would say the thing that shocked me the most, or not, I don't know, shocked is the right word, but I was very concerned and kind of goes back to that over under, or what was it, up and over?
Over under. Up and over.
Up and over was that she was able to recover for that workout. That's, you put in all of this time and effort in your training and how you fuel yourself and everything, but we were pretty messed up. We had a really short turnaround. She was back in the first heat, so it was even shorter for her. It was a very hard task to recover from the Capitol and to get ready to go out there and perform. And so that was like something that shocked me. I didn't know where we would be after that, just physically. And so that shocked me in a good way. I would say, and another thing, I wouldn't say I was shocked by it, but I was proud of, and it exceeded my expectations, was how well you performed on the biggest stage as far as executing and doing the best you can do. We talked about this, like, just kind of putting your fitness out there as best as it was at the time, you know, for everyone on display, for everyone to see, and doing that as best we can for where we are at that moment. I felt like every single, 14, 15 events, we did that, 14 events, we did that on every event except for one. Mm-hmm. And so I wouldn't say that shocked me, but it also was like a big, like, wow, that was an impressive competition in that way for Rebecca. So she's a gamer. She's a gamer.
Wanna be a baller. Shot caller. Oh, you wanna know what I put all of that, like that moment and being able to recover and perform so like tired, fatigued, beat up? That's how I feel half the time when we're training, because I'm up on my feet all day coaching. Starting from 5 a.m., whether it's coaching or starting at 6 a.m. training, and then it's like, this is something that needs to kind of I need to be better about in the future and be smarter about balancing how much I'm up on my feet and how much I train and coach. But I'm up on my feet all day. At the end of the day, if I have to hit a workout after all the classes and I'm kind of fatigued, those are the moments I kind of put my mindset in. It's like, that's what the games are going to feel like. I'm going to feel beat up. I'm going to feel tired. My feet are going to be hurting. My brain is not going to want to do it, but we're going to have to go fight and do it. So I put all that on the schedule and the stress of the schedule, which we'll keep improving on, but there's something to be said about that.
Yeah, I think goals for next year, recovery goals.
Recovery goals.
Sleep goals.
Good question, Gerard. Thank you for your question. Biggest lessons learned and training modifications for next year is at the games. We're kind of already touching on that. Recovery, sleep, getting stronger. That's going to be pretty much what we need to do. We've been doing, we saw big improvements over this past year. We're going to keep that going and then just get better at stuff outside the gym too. Rest, recovery. This is from our girl, Nikki. Hey, Nikki, we miss you. Favorite activity to do together? Do you want me to start that one?
Go for it.
Yeah! I like going to Walmart.
I almost spit up my water.
I like going to Walmart with you.
See, people imagine, like, they want to know more about our lives. I know some people in the gym do or whatever, and they're like, think there's some cool things going on. She wants to go to Walmart.
It's true. Like, we walk around Walmart, and there's something to be said about, well, seeing you out in the public, which I don't think you go out in the public that often. It just doesn't seem like it. I do the grocery shopping and everything, so I save you from that end of being in the public too. But it's just interesting because you're always looking around at things like that. Even though there's a big age gap in us, like I feel like I've seen this before and you haven't seen this before, and I don't know, it's a bunch of weird moments, but there's also something to be said about Walmart people watching with you too. That's why I want to go to Vegas. I want to go people watching in Vegas with you. So I don't know where this question went, but it's Walmart. Shopping at Walmart. Try not to top that.
I'd say working out. Just when we actually work out together, do stuff like that together is fun.
That's nice too.
Simple.
We should do a workout in Walmart.
Go to the
Walmart WOD.
The workout section.
Oh, we'll go to the
Walmart WOD, yes. Walmart
We just
WOD.
get some dumbbells and
Yes.
We used to do that.
Nikki also. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Was the question like outside of the gym?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just favorite activity to do together.
Puzzles.
I like puzzles too. Yeah, we're good at puzzles. We're such boring
I was
people.
about to say, you were so boring.
We're so old. We work out, go to Walmart, and build
Make
puzzles.
videos. Talk about.
Yes, okay. Videos are always fun to do. Nikki also asked, things you bicker about the most.
Workouts.
Just workouts. I guess that we're doing pretty good if the biggest argument we have is just workouts. Open workouts. 22.2.
Yeah.
I started that one right. Okay.
No. Oh, sorry. I didn't know what you said. No, I was right.
No. Prove it. Rogue Invitational Qualifier? Question mark. Those workouts look bomb though. Those look nasty. But no Rogue Invitational for me this year. Maybe next year. How often do you drive your coach crazy? Wait, why is that question like that, and why is it not flip-flopped? He drives me crazy too.
When? How often do I drive you crazy?
No, you don't drive me crazy, actually. I'm sure, okay, I'll let you answer this question because I'm sure it's often.
No, it's not often. Not at all. I promise you, she didn't hold a gun to my head on this one. But no, actually, like, coaching perspective with Rebecca, like, she's the type of athlete that, like, you're talking about athletes you like to coach, who's coach's favorite. That's this type of athlete. Being that
he said it.
Her work ethic, her attention to detail, her always trying to find ways to be better and be mindful about how she approaches everything. All of those things are like amazing and like makes it fun to coach. She's a pleasure to coach. So I would say it doesn't happen very often that she drives me crazy. And the only time that typically happens is as we lead up to a big competition, when we get to like coming up to semifinals, obviously the games, just all of the stress involved in all of that. We'll have some, probably at least one or two like lifting meltdown days.
You haven't caught one of those, Gerard.
Yeah. Or just a few things that we butt heads on.
It's excessive.
It's just a little bit of like, just the stress is building up, and I can sense that. And so that's another part of my role as coach, is like knowing how to kind of finesse that situation and know how to get her back in the right mindset and moving the way that, or being ready for the competition. And it's not just about, at that point, we're still trying to get better for the competition, but it's also like getting this ready for competition mode. And that's a little bit to navigate, but that's your job as a coach. I would say if you had an athlete that wasn't driving you crazy, especially in like times of the season that are getting more serious, they're probably not that committed, and they just probably don't care very much. Because anyone who cares enough about this stuff and you give your blood, sweat, and tears to it, you're going to have ups and downs because the emotion's there. So yes, it's good if your athletes drive you crazy sometimes.
Push the limits too.
With that?
They'll push the limits too.
Yeah, and they'll push the limits, yeah. In everything, yep, push the limits in everything, for sure. To where there's nothing left, yeah, at the end of the week.
I have a question.
Yes, go.
Thank you. Does that drive you more insane when I'm psychotic before we go and compete, or the fact that I pulled 300 off the ground, not under your supervision the other day?
I just expect that.
Did you see that eye roll?
I just expect that.
Zoom in on
And
that.
so now I'm learning more of like what unstructured means there has
I'm
to be.
learning more what unstructured
there
means.
has
It
to
means I
be-
can do whatever I want.
So we wanted to be this fun time of like moving some, but doing some stuff that's fun and just like not the volume, not the intensity. But now we need guardrails. We need some guardrails around what our unstructured training looks like now. So that's probably on me because I should have known that you would do that.
Did you get excited about my back squats too this morning?
You did great.
Thank you. Thank you. How close are you athlete-coach relationship? Well, with myself, I would say I'm pretty close because I'm both an athlete and, whoa!
Hey, come here. Come over here.
Go in your bed. Here, up.
He likes it
Up,
because
up.
it's dark right there.
Up.
Come on. No.
Being that I am both an athlete and a coach, I would say I'm pretty close with myself. How do you recover from hard training? I do not. And he's laughing because that's true. And that is the one thing one of the things that I need to fix going into next season is more sleep and more fruit roll-ups. Did I mention I want fruit roll-ups?
Okay.
What?
I thought you didn't like fruit.
Do you think that's real fruit?
Yes.
Stop.
It's made with real fruit.
Stop letting out my
made
secrets
with real
on
fruit.
my YouTube. No, it's not.
It is.
Look
it's
up
on
the
package.
ingredients.
It's on the package.
And you believe that?
It's like fruit juice, 10% real fruit juice.
What are you doing if you go to training but still sore AF? Okay, I'll answer this one okay, we need to be serious about this. That's a big deal because I tell people all the time with my training regimen and being up on my feet all week or throughout the week during coaching and everything, by Wednesday, and then I have a recovery day on Thursday, and then by Saturday, like Wednesday and Saturdays, I swear it's more or less I'm learning to train when I'm that sore, when I'm that tired, how to be smart, how to be a smart athlete and still get the benefit of training but not overworking my body. And then, so obviously sleep is number one on that list, but other things you can do is make sure you're stretching, make sure you're mobilizing and taking care of your body that way. If you continuously beat it up and don't do all the maintenance work and the accessory work that comes with it, it's just gonna keep you're just going to keep digging that hole deeper and deeper. And then other things like at home would be icing or, oh my God, that was the largest mosquito? That was like the duck-sized mosquito. Dude!
Thank God mosquitoes aren't the size of ducks. Could you
Whoa.
imagine?
Ice baths. Sleep. Stuff I need to work on.
What's the actual question? Like, how do you train when you're sore?
What are you doing if you go to training but still sore AF? What do we tell, you go in on what we tell our members, because I've been talking a lot.
Just show up with no expectations of performing a certain way. Especially, it depends. If you're an athlete that's trying to make the CrossFit Games, you have to suck it up, and you're an athlete. This is a competition. This isn't for, sure, we're being healthy and smart and all those things, but there's some things that you're going to have to do or sacrifice, and part of it is training when you're really, really sore. If you're an everyday CrossFitter, you need to go in with no expectations of anything, hitting your best lift, of getting a certain time on the workout, and just show up, move, start moving. You're going to feel better after you move. It's kind of like I said before, your brain's going to lie to you. It's going to suck a lot at the beginning.
Don't just sit at home.
Yeah,
That's the worst
you'll
thing
feel
you
way
can do.
better as you work through the workout, and then just take off the pressure of like, hey, I'm super sore today. Today is a recovery workout. I'm not trying to perform, and you kind of take off that pressure versus trying to push through some soreness, and then you don't perform like you wanted to, and then you're frustrated and something like that. So that's what I would say. Show up, move. Even I tell people this all the time. People rarely take us up on it. If you're super sore, just tell the coach before class, do the entire warm-up with us, and then I'll put you on a machine and give you like a nice, easy, active recovery day. I'd rather you do that than just not show up for 3 days.
It's so hard. That's so much easier said than done once you're here and you have the hype of the community and everything.
Yeah.
That's why people rarely take you up on it. But that's so much better than just sitting at home on the couch. That's going to make your soreness worse. You got to get up, you got to move. And then once you do that, you're going to start feeling better. But yes, in my case, which is like extreme, I'm doing this as a sport, as a profession, and just trying to push those limits is toughen up.
Yeah, you want to be smart about all the recovery, do everything you can to avoid it, and then still maybe pull back if you got way too sore. But you have to realize, like, if you're doing what she's doing, that's life. That's life a lot of times. So.
When/how did you make the switch from working out to training for competition? I've always been a competitor at heart and in my brain, come from a competitive gymnastics background, so it's kind of in my nature. But once I did start CrossFit as it's gonna be my workout routine, because in gymnastics you're training all the time. I had like 36 hours of training, so after I ended all that, I didn't have any hours. So coming in here and just it being my workout regimen was what we started with. But as soon as I knew that there were competitions for teenagers, I was like, sign me up. I'm so ready to get in that. But I've always kind of had competitive mindset in here.
Yeah, I would say she was always a competitor, even when she was just doing the classes, like as far as how she approached each day. And this is a really important thing for competitor, if you want to be a competitor, to realize is like, you can practice being a competitor every day in your group class. Are you listening to the coach about the stimulus? Are you trying to hit that stimulus? What is your attention to detail on the WOD? Do you have a plan? Have you thought about it? I guarantee you she looked at the WOD and probably ran it through her head 2 to 3 times before she did it. She logged. I mean, she's got logged everything written down since she started CrossFit, since the first day. Logging her workouts. So definitely all of those little attention to detail things and stuff that makes you a good competitor. And we talk about this sometimes too in certain workouts. If you don't go into it with a purpose, or with an idea or a plan, you don't necessarily learn anything or how to be better at fitness or CrossFit. If you have a plan, even if it goes to hell, you can at least learn like, oh, I did this wrong, or I did that wrong to not follow the plan, or maybe that wasn't the right plan, and you have another plan for the future. But if you just go into it mindlessly all the time, sure, I mean, it depends on what your goals are. That's fine to come in here, sweat, your coach is gonna keep you moving well and take care of you. But if you're looking for that competitive mindset, that's the way you should be approaching every workout you do. So.
Well said, Coach. Oh, how long have you been training? What's your favorite pastime aside from training? Coming up on 9 years of CrossFit. Whoop, whoop.
No, but that's your whole life, basically. That's an important distinction.
It is.
Because sometimes people are like, how long have you done CrossFit? And they get mad when someone's only done CrossFit for like 2 or 3 years.
I've been an athlete my whole life.
But they did 36 hours a week of gymnastics for like 10 years or whatever it is. Like all of that time adds up. Truth.
I didn't like gymnastics though. It sucked. CrossFit doesn't suck. 10 years of gymnastics, 9 years of CrossFit. That's how you get deep. Did you have an injury at the end of the Capitol event or just a massive cramp? We need to... I'll talk about that. Yes and yes.
Yes and yes.
Yes and yes. We were wrecked after that. On the bike event 1, I did not stick any of my dismounts off of the bike and actually fell twice. And on the second time when I fell off the bike, I rolled my ankle. So that was following me around all weekend, which was so frustrating. But most of us probably out there have sprained an ankle. It just sucks. It's annoying. You have to deal with it. And it's just an extra stress throughout the weekend. I was nervous I was already having issues with it, like continuing like to roll or not being as strong as it needed to be. So we had my foot taped up the whole weekend. Before the Capitol event, it was not feeling good. We taped it up. It was taped too tight, which is like the worst feeling. And then like a mile into the run, my foot started cramping, my whole leg was cramping, my body was just trashed at that point. And then, just dealing with the sprained ankle, that's what was so frustrating because I had so much to prove on my run. I was so excited to do that distance running because I have made big strides in my distance running, but having that, it just didn't go to plan and it was frustrating. So that is what little details of the Capitol event that I didn't really want to go around sharing. There's no need to. What's in the past is in the past. I learned that, hey, that sucked to have my ankle taped that tight to where my body didn't like it, but we had to deal with it in the moment, and we did. We got past it. We'll learn from it. But yes, that did happen on that event. Best moves to improve your hip mobility. I love you. I have you as my cell phone wallpaper. Put this one as your cell phone wallpaper. I made a video on hip mobility. on my YouTube page. Go back. It's with a band. Banded hip opener, banded hamstring stretch. Boom, your hips will be happy. Hair color for 2023.
Blonde?
Blonde? Is that your choice? Wrong. Just kidding. Blue. It'll always be Bolt blue. That's why I do the blue. It's for Bolt. But how we do it, I already have ideas for that for next year. So, ooh, exciting stuff. Also, what gym character are you still waiting to debut? In reference to YouTube.
Oh.
Coaches. We get to make fun of ourselves. Turns out we just had this discussion. Is I will play Coach Matt Bear and he's going to play Becca. This could get dangerous, friends, for the relationship. We're about to be put through the ultimate test. But I don't know. I guess I'll just wear some of your shorts and a hat. And he'll wear butt shorts and a crop top. So that's exciting. Would you be willing to help me learn how to do a bar muscle up? Yes, there's a program on my website. Go check it out. What is the best technique to learn a handstand? Follow the program on my website. What's your plan to move more heavier weights? Do you follow a specific diet? And the next question is...
That's the same question?
Huh?
That was one question?
There was 2 questions on one.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying.
Someone took advantage and asked 2 questions. That's what And do you keep track of your macros is the next question. I've tracked on occasion. I do not work with anyone on my nutrition. That might change in the future. But when I do track, for a lot of people, I would say the daily CrossFitter, most people are tracking to keep themselves in the guidelines of like hitting their macros and not exceeding them. I track for the other way. Is like I just try to up the calories and up my macros and make sure I'm eating enough. So we're actually about to get back on that, being that it's the start of a season, so we can get a baseline, do a little nutrition reset, right? And then eat, eat, eat. That is how we're going to get stronger and move the big weights. Boom. Fruit roll-ups.
Made with
Hola.
real fruit.
Desde España.
Hola.
Hola. Okay, we gotta keep moving. You are the fiery heart bomb. Thanks for everything. Do you think touch phones would be obsolete if our thumbs were the size of lemons? Great question.
Are my thumbs sour too?
Yes.
Are they just the size of lemons, or are they also sour?
Answer the question. Do you think touch phones would be obsolete if our thumbs were the size of lemons?
No.
No?
We would just have different style of touch phones, use our other
Can
fingers.
you imagine what a keyboard would look like? Space bar would be like...
We would just be we'd probably be better at using our other fingers to do stuff if our thumbs were like...
You'd have thumb gains, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Trying to think of... Hook gripping would be hard.
Think about just
we'd
think about
have
all the
fat
stuff
grips,
that you
natural fat grips.
Every tool would be different. Like, would you be able to like screw
This
in
is
a screw?
where Science Boy is gonna...
Yeah. Huh? Yeah, we would all be different.
This is how Science Boy comes to play. It's like evolution. This is why our thumbs didn't evolve into lemons. So your answer is no. Yes. No.
That's a
With
big lemon thumb.
Insert lemon.
Down.
Big lemon down.
Insert lemon.
Okay, average day's meals. That you can kind of see that in our vlog, and then we just talked about a little bit of nutrition. Go back and watch the vlogs. Gerard with Compete Media does them. He's awesome. Go follow him on IG too. Compete Media. Answer that. What's your favorite Skittle flavor? Red. The ones that give you cancer.
They all give you cancer because they're full of sugar.
I'm pretty sure the red ones do more, though.
I don't think, it's probably like a fruit flavor too. It's probably not red, it's probably like strawberry or something.
I don't, with all the science that you bring up throughout the day and throughout our lives, I think you're just trying to get me to eat fruit at this point. You're just trying to get me to eat fruit and trying to convince me that fruit roll-ups and Skittles have real fruit in them. And he's like, ooh,
No,
go
Skittles
ahead,
do not
try
have
it.
real fruit.
Oh, I thought you just said it's
No,
made with
Skittles.
fruit. But
So
fruit
there's
roll-ups
probably-
have real fruit in
They're
them?
flavored like fruit.
No, I'm talking about, okay, let me clarify my fruit roll-up obsession. Fruit by the foot. Not the nasty little fruit bar things that you get. You know which ones I'm talking about? Fruit by the foot. The ones that you can put a tattoo on your tongue.
It's the most processed,
the
terrible
one where you
version of
hold
fruit
it
roll-ups
on
you
your
can
tongue
imagine.
and then you get a tongue tattoo. That's
Yeah.
the one I'm talking about. Do you think there's actual fruit in those tattoos?
Yeah, fruit juice.
Pass. Okay. This person needs to be addressed for spamming my Instagram page with this same statement. First of all, I asked for questions. Questions. I'm going to read it exactly. Event you fail to start and complete at CrossFit Games. There's no question there. What am I supposed to do? I hope you can get a full zoom on this, Gerard, on this face of disappointment. I've already talked about this on my vlogs, and in a way, you know what? Go watch the vlogs, okay? I talk about it, I learn from it, and there's nothing I can do about it. To the person who asked me, I'm gonna go off on a rant right here. To the person who asked me if I've tried the 485 yoke since not being able to budget at the CrossFit Games, no, I would not go back and try it. Why do you think if I couldn't lift it there, I'd be able to lift it in here? Just lie to myself and say like, hey, this is 485. Wow, I can pick it up now just so I can post it on IG. Yeah, go away. Go away. I think I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky person until I read that. Go watch the vlogs. You don't have to put that in there if you don't want to. That was too mean. Hi, Blitz. Why do you are so beautiful?
We're talking to Matt, right?
Yeah. Why do you are so beautiful? What were the most beneficial skills learned from your gymnastics career? I like that question because I do diss on gymnastics a lot. But it did build me into the person I am today and the athlete I am today, and I have that foundation to keep growing off of. But I will say this, physically it's strength. I mean, that's why all gymnasts do is train a whole bunch of body weight their whole entire career. We have a ton of conditioning, and then the skills you do are all body weight. But the biggest thing is discipline. If I say I'm gonna go do something, I put in the work to go get that thing done, plain and simple. And I just know how to do that, I think, to the point where it's borderline crazy, where even if it seems like kind of impossible, I'll try to like prove to myself that I can do it anyway. But discipline, being routine, trusting a process, it's a big deal. That's what I've taken from gymnastics. Most favorite and least favorite event at the games. You were awesome, hang loose. My favorite event, we've talked about it, was Up and Over, with the whole story behind it, and it was just a really fun event. Had some new things in it and some traditional CrossFit. Do love me some traditional CrossFit, but even the twist of getting up and over the log was super, super fun. Least favorite was, it ended up being the alpaca when they took out my rope climbs. Ugh. Mad, still salty about that, but we don't need to get that mad about it. Do you have a favorite and least favorite?
Off the top of my head, the least favorite was definitely the bike and handstand push-ups. I like where they were trying to go with the handstand push-ups. With the standard, I didn't think was great. I didn't like, it was just too objective and challenging, and didn't really feel like the bike mattered in it. It was just the hands. I just didn't like that workout. I thought I appreciated what they were going for, but I didn't like that one.
Attempt.
Yeah, interesting attempt. And favorite, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I had fun when you finished second. I mean, just because that was such a fun event to watch and be a part of, being a top 10 finish in our rookie year, and then also I think just the Capitol, just because it was an awesome event for so many reasons and will definitely be the most iconic event that lives through those games for a long time. So
yes. Moving on. Oh, there's the yoke question. Okay. Just wanted to say you're such an inspiration to the smaller CrossFit athletes, so thank you. Oh, hello, small people. Go, small people. You're not a part of this, so you're not small.
Let's go row.
Let's go what?
Row.
Row? No. Answered that. Plan on doing TFX? Not decided yet. I will throw out there that we're looking at Wadapalooza, maybe making a trip out to Miami this year. We'll kind of see what happens after that. But I have done TFX for the past few years, and we usually, since it's a close drive, a nice little road trip for some folks at the gym, we usually head down there, and that's at the end of January, usually. So probably gonna have some folks out there. I don't know if I'm competing in TFX just yet. We'll get you guys that info soon. My fiance wants to get into CrossFit style training with no prior fitness experience. Any advice? Walk in the gym. The good CrossFit gyms out there will know how to take care of you and introduce you to CrossFit the right way. We love our very, very fitness newbies out there.
And if you have a bad experience the first time, go try somewhere else.
Yep. There's good and bad gyms out there. I say that. There's good and bad gyms.
Or let the owner know, because they would want to know.
That too.
Seriously. I would want to know. So.
Answered that. When will you come to New Zealand? Tomorrow. Maybe. I want to go visit the Kiwis. What is your favorite wood? That's what it says. What is your favorite wood?
Supposed to be wad?
It's supposed to be wad, I think. But I told you the rules were we must answer the question as written. So what is your favorite wood? I don't even...
Cherry wood. It's a fruit wood.
Stop bringing up the fruit. I like driftwood. It just drifts away. Okay, we're gonna scroll. We gotta keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Oh, we made it to the top of this one. Do you have a dream job besides CrossFit? I am living my dream job. Work hard. Chase after your dreams. Follow your heart. No, but seriously, work hard. If you're not doing something if you're doing something you don't like to do, stop doing that and go do something you want to do. Life's too short. Go live your life.
Don't have a job. You can have a career. You can have a
job.
passion. It's not a job.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's hard work. There's challenges in anything that you do, but just don't get a job. Just do your dream.
Okay.
That pays your bills. Or you got to work hard so it'll pay your bills too. Be responsible.
Okay, if you work hard, all those things will come together. Okay? You just got to go for it and then be happy and then work hard. Okay? Here's the top question of the day. Are you ready?
Ready.
I don't think you are. Best way to hide a gym fart? Or just loud and proud? I was trying to read that correctly.
I know my answer.
Everybody's farted in the gym.
Don't act like you have not farted in
Don't
the
act
gym.
like you have not farted in the gym.
You're not above this.
Some people just straight up own it. Oh, were you coaching someone the other day? And they, because I was standing next to someone and I was like, that sounded like a fart, but you guys were so serious and I was over there laughing. And I was like, maybe that was just my brain that farted out loud. And
Brain fart?
it was literally like, I guess it wasn't a fart because you guys didn't budge. Like you were like coaching and like,
Well, as a coach, I mean,
and
if an athlete farts while I'm coaching them, I try to like not embarrass them unless I know them really well.
But sometimes
I
the
might
best
make a
thing to
joke,
do
but
is
otherwise
just
I
acknowledge it.
That's true, that is the best thing to do.
no, I think it's ignore it. If you don't know them well, the best thing to do is ignore it.
Okay, it depends on the situation.
And it depends. Yeah.
The coach though, you can't. Hey, did you fart?
Who farted in my class? I just blame it.
So I would say, this is a very serious question. Thank you for asking this. This needs to be figured out soon, but it kind of depends on the situation. If it's a new member and they fart, then you ignore it.
No, he's saying if you're the person that farts,
Oh, okay.
I say just blame Blitz.
Okay. Blame
That's what I'll do.
Blame Blitz. That was probably the best thing to do. Man, I just try to not do that and go outside.
Yeah, go outside. We have doors.
Okay. How old were you when you started CrossFit? I was 13. How many Metcons per day during games prep? 2 to 3 with 2 to 3 lifting sessions and an accessory and mobility on the side of it. That's a lot. One word to describe the capital workout. Epic. That's my word. Boom. I need to go scroll on it now. Would you agree? Epic.
I like that. Legendary.
Legendary. Where's our... Oh, here's some more. This is from our boy Bennett. Watched any good shows recently? I watched The Office. So yes, The Office. I really don't watch a lot of TV shows. I can't get myself to sit down and watch TV shows.
True.
And then he also said, not a question, but Matt should bring back the mustache. I'm fine with the mustache. It's just, I need to... Gerard, I'll send this to you. Without Matt's permission. There's an old picture of him growing out his beard that is not trimmed or...
I think it's on my IG.
And it's bright red. Your facial hair is bright red.
Yeah.
It's disturbing. It's kind of Bigfootish. I like the mustache, not this.
It reminded me of, I don't remember the character's name. It's kind of like Game of Thrones, if you guys have seen that. The dude with the big red beard. Just kind of, he's like, they're wildlings.
But you didn't trim it up, so.
Yeah.
It was wilding. It was wilding. But yes, maybe he does mustache march, something like
Yeah, I
that.
typically do mustache march.
Okay.
Maybe I'll bump it up.
Will you marry me? No. How do you push yourself during a workout even when you can't think or you think you can't go farther? We kind of covered that. What do you eat during the day of competing? Carbs, bagels, Choco Chimps, Rhino rolls, more bagels. That was all I was eating, and some
Gummy bears.
zone bars, protein bars, gummy bears, all the carbs. Just to keep pounding the carbs because you just burn them off. Scandinavian swimmers. If anyone wants to get, that's all Trader Joe's stuff. I bet they have Choco Chimps over there too. Would you come to a competition in Spain? Absolutely.
C. You didn't say that right.
Huh?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh, good question. Good question. By this point, like, you guys know when I say good question, it's probably not fitness related and it's weird. How do you feel about iguanas? Dude, iguanas are cool as fuck. Sorry, put a bleep in there. Beep! Those are dinosaurs. I'm talking about ducks.
They are
being
dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. Iguanas are cool. I want one. We should have a bolt iguana
One of my favorite.
and name it Iggy.
Blitz will kill it.
That would not
One of my favorite
might
IG
befriend it.
accounts is a dude in Florida, and he basically hunts iguana, like all the invasive species. There's like all sorts of stuff, feral hogs and iguana. Like the iguana population there is like crazy, and so he hunts them with his dog, and he's got a German wire-hair pointer named Ott, and that thing goes crazy after those iguanas.
I like it.
If you like iguanas, don't watch
Yeah,
it because
don't-
there's like a
don't
ton
follow
of dead
them.
iguanas in there.
Oh gosh. How tall are you and how much do you weigh? Wow. You never ask a lady that. I am 5'2", currently 125. Huge. Gigantic. I'm sorry, did you want to answer that?
6'2",
No.
215.
I don't think you weigh 215 right now. Have you
I do.
actually weighed yourself?
I bet I do.
No question, just a big fan. Hello. How do you train your mental endurance? You put yourself in those uncomfortable situations and you get out of them. And then you do it over and over and over. It's reps, just like physical reps.
I would say endurance, just that's one thing too, just like with endurance training is like you're enduring your mind. So like there's a difference between being mentally tough. Like there's a lot of people that will do great in like a 3 or 5 minute workout, but you ask them to do something past 20 minutes. And the only way you get good at that is get out in those, wherever you're mentally weak, go get in those spots.
Stop being comfortable.
Yeah, go get in the spots.
You signed up for this. We're making full circle around these questions. Do you speak French?
We,
I don't
No.
do my last
I think we means yes.
I don't do my last name justice. Oh look, the same person commented, talk about the event you didn't start and complete at the CrossFit Games. You still didn't ask a question. I can't answer that. It's a statement. Single, no. What? Are you single? No. Relationship? No. You guys. How important is social media income for athletes to survive in CrossFit? I'll let you know when I have one. Y'all think we be banking off of this stuff. We all just hustling out here. How old are you? 52. Favorite hype song at the moment? Wanna be a baller, shot caller.
Put in the music now, intro music.
It's going in my head. It's going in my head and I'm getting hyped. Do you have a hype song? No, because I walk in and you're listening to Robert or Keane.
What's wrong with that?
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with
Or
that.
Bon Iver.
Do you know who that is?
Bon Iver, whatever.
Of course Gerard doesn't know. It's because he's always putting the hype music on.
Yeah, there we go.
Hilarious content. Keep up the positivity and awesomeness. Will do. Thank you. NYC Physique? Is that a thing? What? With this?
Nice physique.
No, it says NYC.
New
I
York
guess that
City.
means I mean,
New York City?
New York City physique. It probably was supposed to say nice. But you know the rules.
Oh, is that nice physique?
I think it's supposed to say nice physique, but you know the rules. You have to read it how it's typed. We're getting close to the end of this. Let me pick out some good ones that we haven't answered yet. How did you become a Cambro athlete? Shout out Cambro. I met them when I was very young in my career. Way back in like 2015 or 2016 at a local comp. They're always hustling out there at the local comps. I met them at the booth and they're Texas based, so kind of grew up with them and have been growing alongside them. So it's been a fun journey with them, and they have come up with some awesome apparel and they keep switching it up. I love that they keep switching it up because it's not doing, I mean, I don't appreciate doing the same thing over and over. They're always trying to keep it new and fresh, so that's super exciting. Shout out Cambro. Go check them out at Cambro Apparel. Español?
That's
Sí.
a question?
Yes. Sí. ¿Cómo estás?
Un poquito. Un poquito.
Does that mean I'm small?
No, it means very little, just a little.
You just said I'm small in Spanish? See, I do know my Spanish. I was just offended in Spanish. Come to Brazil. Okay. Bicep size goals. Large. XL. Why do people want to know my shoe size? And my bicep size?
We gotta go.
We got 4 minutes.
No, we need to get ready for class.
Okay. Wait, I'm finding. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I will be 32. Probably still here. Maybe a little bit bigger. I don't know. Probably still doing ridiculous videos here. Just a little bit older. I mean, do you want to answer that?
Not here.
Not. If I'm gonna be here, where are you gonna be? Wow. And that is how we'll wrap this thing up.
Here, but not here as often.
Yes.
Doing
The
other
business
things.
will be booming. Bolt will be booming. I think Bolt will be its own city at that point.
That's
Just
right.
saying. All right, that is going to be the end of our Ask Me Anything segment. I had fun. I'm looking forward to doing this more in the future, just so you guys can learn more about us and our love for Skittles, fruit roll-ups, and I like iguanas. And
Coaching.
always
Fitness.
pick the giant duck.
Wrong.
Fight the giant duck. That's it. All right. Thank you for all your questions, you guys. Love y'all. See y'all later.
High five.